Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Left, Right and Centre. I'm Vishnu. For the last couple of days, we've been reporting from Nuuk, the capital of Greenland. Reporting from Nuuk comes at a time when the US President Donald Trump has made it absolutely clear that as far as he's concerned, Greenland must belong to the United States. But people in this beautiful land say they will have nothing of it. Their sovereignty, their identity, their culture is not up to be changed to any other nationality. They don't wish to be American at all. But Trump says that the geopolitical significance of Greenland, its strategic location at an area which is important for its golden missile dome, is something that America will never give up, which is why there are perhaps talks now taking place. But as far as the Greenlanders are concerned, they need to be part of any process.
We need Greenland from the standpoint of national security, and Denmark is not going to be able to do it.
Reporting from Nuuk comes at a time when the US President Donald Trump has made it absolutely clear Greenland must belong to the United States. We've been speaking to so many people over here who are aghast at the developments and are frankly betrayed by America, a country which they have considered close friends. So as we travel over here, we'll continue to give you, our viewer, the idea of what the Greenland situation is all about. So what I thought we'd do is try and understand from two young Greenlanders what life in the winter is all about, and also about the situation that they find themselves in with what Donald Trump has been attempting. Lucas with me and Anita as well. Thank you both very much for being with us. Lucas, the last couple of weeks have been pretty crazy.
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
How have you felt about it? Worried, scared, angry?
I think I felt a bit worried actually, because you don't know what is going to happen with all these citations from the president of US.
Yeah.
So I think we're a lot of people that have been quite worried.
Yeah. And you? How about you? Worried, scared, angry, humiliated?
Yeah, almost just a mix of all of it, I would say.
Yeah.
It's been through so many levels.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of emotions.
Yeah. And you want this uncertainty to end, right?
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as possible,
Yeah,
right?
as soon as possible, yeah.
Are you relieved about the fact that Donald Trump now seems to say that there will not be any military action? I mean, he said it in Davos a few days back. I was there for that speech. A little sense of hope, maybe?
Yeah, I would say, but you never know.
Yeah, he changes his mind frequently. Let's hope the situation stabilizes. I'm actually quite curious to know what young people like you and Anita do in winter in a place like Nuuk. It's so cold, but could you tell our viewers in India, where it's quite warm usually, what you do in winter?
Yeah, we like to go hunt for ptarmigans and hikes and snowmobile and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. You were telling me something that's interesting, and maybe you could repeat that the snow is not the same this year. I mean, I wanted to go on a snowmobile, and Mickey, my friend, said there aren't any around because there isn't enough snow.
Yeah.
And that's surprising, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we're so used to it being completely white and going out on snowmobiles and the fjords being frozen, and now it feels like it's about to be summer. It feels like spring.
So you handle this little boat and you take tourists around this area. Is it difficult sometimes because of the seas and the weather conditions, or you have to be very careful, I guess?
You have to be prepared. Weather can change pretty rapidly around here, but it's something we're used to. We work in it all the time. But being prepared and doing your research and having the experience does the difference.
What's the biggest challenge in doing this? The weather, I guess? Or?
Yeah, the weather. Before you came, there was a lot of waves, and you have to be careful, and so people don't fall off board, you know. So that's a challenge sometimes.
All right. Look, thanks both of you very much for speaking to us. So Lucas and Anita telling us a little bit about what young Greenlanders do. I know there's a lot of interest back home about this. But also perhaps on the larger issue on what the future of Greenland is going to be like. At the moment, no clear answers. We leave it at that. It's wonderful to be out over here, in this beautiful waters just off Nuuk.
Whatever has been happening over the last 3 or 4 weeks, so is that something that's upset you, worried you? What have your thoughts been?
Yeah, I've been very worried. I think the situation is very different from last year.
Yeah.
So I think it's been a rough couple of weeks for all of us, and you can really feel it in the city.
Yeah. What have your friends been saying?
We've all been feeling the same, just all worried about what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Of course, it's created a lot of attention, and it's weird because we've never really been so much on the world map, so it's new.
It's a bit surprising that journalists like me from halfway across the world have landed up in Greenland.
Exactly. Everywhere you turn, there's people recording.
What might surprise you is that I was actually born in Denmark.
Yeah? Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah, 52 years ago, and that's the first time that I've come back to Greenland, which is part of Denmark, and to Denmark itself. But let's talk a little bit more about the situation. It's still uncertain, right?
Yes.
And do you think if there's a deal that's been struck, that would be acceptable to Greenlanders? Or because it seems that Trump doesn't want to do anything militarily, but I guess he's looking for a deal.
Yeah, it seems like it. But I think what we're hoping, and a lot of people are hoping, is that we can make an agreement that's going to work out for the best for all the parts.
Yeah.
Because as also Jens Frederik said, we want to be a part of the Kingdom of Denmark.
Yeah.
And if that's going to have to be on our terms.
Yeah.
If we want to make a deal.
Is it more than anything else a deep sense of humiliation? I mean, how can any foreign leader just suddenly decide that I own your land? I mean, is that what you're feeling?
It's very disrespectful, I would say, because we're a culture, we're people, we're not a commodity, something to be sold, something you can just claim.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think, it's not nice. It doesn't feel good.
Yeah, it doesn't. What do young people like you do in winter in Greenland, in Nuuk?
We spend a lot of time outside, like go snowmobile, go skiing. Different times now, there's not so much snow.
Yeah.
But spend a lot of time outside, I would say.
I noticed that there's not much snow. That's a change. That's different, right?
Very different. Yeah.
So does the global warming and the climate really affect you? Do you think a lot about it?
I do, because a lot of the activities we do in winter, we can't do it anymore, and it's so dark.
Is that the case? You just can't do it, or it happens later for a shorter period of time?
It happens later, for sure. But right now is peak season for snowmobile. Typically so much snow and skiing, but we don't have the opportunity to do that.
Karita, it's been wonderful speaking to you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
So there you have it, the concerns of somebody from Greenland talking about the situation over here geopolitically, but also a little bit about what they do in this beautiful land in this bitterly cold winter. For the last several days, I've been over here in Nuuk in Greenland trying to get an idea of what people in the area have to say about Donald Trump's recent statements. I've got Brad, he's he's an entrepreneur and a teacher from the United States, and 2 Greenlanders over here as well. How do you feel about the statements Donald Trump has made in the last couple of weeks? Anger, surprise, how would you define it?
I would define it I feel anger, and I feel the disappointment, and I was pretty scared as well, because we were unsure of what was going to happen.
How about you?
I feel definitely the same, and I think all of our people feel the same.
Yeah. You're from Minnesota, and you were mentioning to me that you see a couple of parallels. Could you explain that?
Yes, I mean, the state of Minnesota has received, frankly, unprecedented pressure from the federal government pushed by Donald Trump. And it's been quite shocking to the people of Minnesota. And we've also seen what's happened in Greenland.
Yeah.
And we feel very shocked also that this is the president of the United States exerting pressures of this kind, both inside the country and outside the country on Greenland.
If Trump were to pursue this even now, it would effectively be the end of NATO. I mean, that's what a lot of people say. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would agree. He would definitely cross some lines that he were not supposed to.
Yeah. And do you believe that Greenland has received enough support from your European partners, countries like Norway, Sweden, Finland, Iceland? Are you happy with that kind of support?
Yeah, of course. We are definitely happy for that support, because we feel heard, we feel seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what you were telling me a little bit earlier on is that it's about your identity. And you own your identity. The people of Greenland own their identity. And therefore, it's not something that can be bought or negotiated. It's your self-right. Could you explain that to me, maybe?
Yeah, as you know, or you may know, we have been under the Danish. We have been
Danish realm.
under the Danish realm for a couple of hundreds of years, and we've always felt like we were Greenlanders. We're not felt Danish at all. So yeah, we have a very strong culture and identity. So we wouldn't like to be. We are not for sale. So we don't. We would not like to be sold anyways.
But if you were to choose between Denmark and the United States, it would always be just Greenland, right?
Yeah, but at the moment, if we have to choose sides, I would definitely go with Denmark because I believe the relations we have had, even though there's been some bad things going on, we still appreciate the help and the support we have received from the Danish people and Denmark in general. So if we had to choose sides, we would definitely go with Denmark.
Yeah. Do you believe that the timing of Donald Trump's remarks had to do with his sense that there were divergent views here in Greenland, with some people saying that they want to Greenland's autonomy, independence? Do you believe he was trying to take advantage of that?
Well, I tend to look at the pattern and not so much of Donald Trump's statements at any given time. And the pattern has been this reduction, in my view, of kind of democratic capacity for speech, judging, and actions. And I've seen that applied to Greenland. It's being applied to Minnesota. It's not ceased in Minnesota. And so I'm pessimistic about, unfortunately for my Greenlandic friends, that, this is the end. I hope it is, but I am pessimistic that the pressures will not return.
Yeah. You've always had in Greenland a fantastic relationship with America. America has military bases in Greenland. And if they wanted more, it was just a conversation, right, that needed to take place.
Yeah, I guess because after the war they left the military bases, and suddenly now they have got a lot of interest for the territory again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, out of nowhere.
Yeah, maybe you found out there are some minerals.
In fact, that was my next question. This is a very rich country by way of minerals. Donald Trump also speaks about his missile dome. What is the real reason that Trump has been pushing his Greenland agenda, in your opinion?
Well, in my opinion, it's a conservative government. Conservative governments tend to act based on economic and military or police power rather than human services, say education, healthcare, things like that. Those are on the back burner. So it's a lot of economic and military police force directed at places, and that is the movement of this kind of government. So I don't think it's going to cease.
We've seen the US take action against Venezuela. Maduro is now in an American jail. Do you believe that this is part of a process? It's Venezuela yesterday, possibly Greenland in the future. He's also looking at asserting America in Iran, albeit in a different context.
Well, yes. I mean, again, my own view of this type of government that we're seeing is it's based on movement. It's constantly moving and it consumes things. In the process, it does consume things that we thought were more democracy central and were not up for debate and not to be consumed. And we're seeing that kind of constant movement, constant consumption, constant reaching out to grab things. And again, it serves the investors. The stock market's done very well. But for people, I think there's been a lot of sense that it's quite uncomfortable. It's very unusual.
I must ask you, you've been in Nuuk now for a couple of, how long have you been here in this trip?
Just a couple of days. Yeah.
Are people looking at you with a sense of suspicion? Why is there an American gentleman over here? What's he there for? I mean, have you sensed anything like that?
No, I'm aware that I'm a guest. I'm from the Midwest. I tend to be quite polite. The people here are very polite.
Yes, of course.
They see, I think, the whole person, but of course they don't know me. So I'm aware that there may be some suspicion.
Yeah.
But so far, just lovely people and a great place.
Wonderful place. It is a great place, one of the most beautiful in the world, which brings me to the next part of my conversation. And both of you were telling me that in terms of the climate, it's changing. There's not as much snow as there was a few years back. Is that the case?
Yeah, especially this year. We don't have as much snow. We usually go out snowmobiling right now and skiing.
Yeah.
But there's not enough snow for that right now.
That's a worry, right? It's a real worry for you over here.
Yeah, it really is because, the northern part of Greenland are very dependent of the ice and snow as well, because that's one of the way they go out fishing or hunting. And right now, when it's all melted, kinda, it's not that ideal.
Yeah, you must be worried about the polar bears as well, because if the ice continues to break, then the survival of species like the polar bear, that could be threatened.
Yeah, we also see it now. There are a lot more polar bears coming into the towns.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
In the south of Greenland. So yeah, we definitely see it.
Yeah. But the temperature, is it the same or is it warmer than normal?
It's a bit warmer. Between the Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, we had plus degrees every day, and the snow melted. You could almost see all the rocks.
A final couple of questions. What do young people like you do in the winter when it's snowing and it gets dark quite early, and sunlight actually comes up after 9 a.m. or almost 9:30 a.m. in the morning? It was very unusual for me. I've never seen anything like it. What do young people like you do in winters?
Well, I go ptarmigan hunting, and I go skiing, snowboarding.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. Yeah, and hiking.
As well. So outdoors, right?
Yeah, pretty much outdoors.
What do you like most?
I really like snowmobiling.
Yeah.
It's you get a whole different thrill out of it. So.
Yeah. Fishing is also a favorite pastime of a lot of people here, right?
Yeah, it is. I'm a commercial fisherman, so I work on a factory ship. But we also go out on our own small boats. Yeah.
That must be quite difficult when you're out, as on commercial operations. The North Sea, the extremely cold weather, difficult weather conditions, high sea levels. It's quite a challenge, right?
Yeah, it is. Sometimes we just need to wear it out and stay in the storm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes we just gotta work.
Yeah.
And earn the money and catch the fish.
Absolutely. Look, gentlemen, I'd like to thank all of you very much for speaking to us. We've sort of covered a lot. Donald Trump to what people in Greenland do in winter. But that's for our Indian viewers to give you an idea of what exactly Greenland is all about for the moment.
Be that as it may, there's also a sense that there's been no resolution to what Greenlanders consider a crisis. Greenlanders say that Donald Trump's ambition to annex, in a sense, Greenland itself is utterly unacceptable. They point out the importance of their culture, their identity, the status of Greenland itself, and the fact that they haven't been asked whether they want to be American or not, and if they are, the answer is no. But Greenland itself is critical for so many reasons. It has a large amount of mineral reserves. It lies geopolitically in a location which is very significant. Donald Trump believes that his golden missile dome needs to be created, with Greenland perhaps as a key geographic area. But Greenlanders say there are already American bases on this territory, and conversations to have more can always take place, which is why what is taking place now is a matter of great concern to them. It's left them utterly surprised.
This is Vishnu here in Nuuk, Greenland. We are the only Indian journalists over here reporting on a story which has made international headlines. This is what Donald Trump is talking about when he says that he wants Greenland. The people we speak to in Greenland about the present situation with Donald Trump say that the situation is almost unbelievable.
That's going to have to be on our terms.
Yeah.
If we want to make a deal. We want to be a part of the Kingdom of Denmark.
Their nationality, they say, is not for sale.
They haven't been asked whether they want to be American or not, and if they are, the answer is no.
We will get you the real story. What's the situation on the ground? That's what NDTV will be reporting on.